Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. And I'm actually back in my BMW 130i today, and you're probably wondering, why are you in the passenger seat? That's actually because I'm joined with BMW Dr. Dean, and today we are going to be coding in some hidden features on this BMW 130i. I know we're going to be coding in the digital speedo, and we're actually not sure what else we're going to get to code in. Can you think of any of the features, or is it just a case of waiting and seeing what's...
We'll just have to wait and see what comes up when we go through the modules. There could be a variety of things, but it's best to get the modules up and see what's inside, what we can code in.
Yeah. Cool, let's get to it. Okay then, so we have the laptop connected to the OBD port with the DCAN cable. And which program are we using here?
NCS Expert. This is the coding program for all E-Series cars, E-chassis. And what we're going to be going ahead and doing is we're just going to get it ready to code. We're now going to go back and we're going to process one of the ECUs. Now, the first one George wants is the combi. So we're going to go into the combi because that's where the digital speedo will be, which many of you, if you're not aware, that's where you'll be able to code in your digital display. So we're going to click on that one. We're going to change the job now over to coding date and lesson and just start executing the job, which then means read from the module. Once you execute the job, you'll see it says coding active, coding ended. We're going to take that name combi PL2C08. Now what we're going to go over to is NCS dummy. We're going to load that up, and we're then going to click that down. We're going to click OK, and we're on C05, so we want C08, which is right there. Then we're going to click on the FSW PSW file and load this up. And as you'll see here, we've got many options we can code in, and we're just going to enable the digital speedo, which is what George wants. So as you'll see, guys, here's the digital speed display. We're going to enable that one as well. We're just going to click enable, and then what we're going to do now, George has got everything in there. We're going to export the FSW PSW man file. Then we're going to go back here. We're going to change the job over, and we're just going to do SG coding. We'll write it back to the car, execute the job. And you're going to hear George's combi light up and flash like a Christmas tree, which is just done. Now, as you'll see there as well down the bottom, in a second, you'll see it's just reset everything, but it's not to be too worried about it. We're going to expect that. You're going to see now that you've got the 102 miles, you've got the miles per hour, miles per gallon, and there's the digital speed display, as you'll see there. Okay guys, so now we're back on the ABG, and I'm just going to code out these annoying seatbelt buzzers for George because they're all over this car and they're very, very annoying. So we're going to go again and execute the job, and I'm getting these crappy things out of here because they're really, really annoying. They really bug me for anyone to even have them on my car. It's something I always take straight out. I always have done. I've done it on all my 60s, and I'm planning to do it on this car's going to be no different. It's something that has to come off, because it's the worst thing BMW ever invented to put that on. So what we're going to do is load up the trace file again. We're just going to go down here. We're just going to turn them all off. We're going to turn off the notification, everything, so there's nothing here left on. So we're going to go here. Not enabled. Not enabled. And we're going to turn off the seatbelt distance and the maximum speed for the seatbelt warning. Everything for the seatbelt, anything to do with the seatbelt warning will come off. We don't want nothing, no problems with the seatbelts.
Is that, you know, the seatbelt, is that just for the warning for it? It won't affect like the seatbelt tension or anything? No. Doesn't.
No, we're just gonna code it in. Now George won't have no more seatbelt problems.
I just want to point out, I always wear my seatbelt, so that shouldn't be a problem anyway, should it? Should it, Dean?
So we're just waiting for it to code in, which can take a bit of time on the multiple restraint system. That's what MRS stands for. But on this is called the airbag gateway. That's why it's ABG. Now the coding's ended. Now the seatbelt warnings will now be off as well. Another feature we're now going to code in on this car that George wants on. I have no idea why. Do not even ask me why. So the first person that's ever asked me to code this piece of crap in is the panic alarm. I don't know. I think he feels like he's going to get robbed. I did want to code his vehicle in to be a law enforcement vehicle, so his high beams would flash like a state police officer. If any of you guys know, the police have their lights where they go on and off, on and off, on and off at the front. when they're coming down, and that's what I was going to have George's do, which I can do it when he activates the high beams, but he doesn't want to be able to do that. I think it's a great feature to have, and I've done it for many people, and they're driving around still today without knowing that they've actually got that feature. When they hit their high beams, the high beams are no longer actual high beams, they're actually driving around as a law enforcement officer now. And it's a really good feature, but he doesn't want to have it, so I'm therefore going to put on the panic alarm, and we're going to have a test of it in a second, and let's see how a lot of people seem to think if it works good or not. I'm sure my neighbours will let me know. But that is how far it goes from as far as coding. This is a very basic car. It doesn't have any iDrive or any other functions you can really play about with, so the coding options are very limited on this car. The E-Series is very limited anywhere unless you've got a 7 Series. But apart from that, I think the coding options are quite done. He's got the gear shift indicator. He's got the digital display now for the speedometer. So there's quite a few things we've already coded in, as well as took out the seat belts, which is the most annoying thing on any car. So that's all off. So that's about it, guys. That's the few little coding options that we can code in on this car. And I'm sure if George finds any more, we'll do a video on more features that we can code in as well.
Guys, so we are just going out for a test drive now, just making sure all of the new features are working correctly. And we've actually done a couple more as well. So we actually retrofitted the cruise control in, and part 1 of which will be on my channel, part 2 will be on Dean's channel. And he actually has just coded in so it shows the cruise control speed on the Combi. On the E87 there's actually no indicator, there's no light to say that the cruise control is active, so with it showing the cruise control speed, that's a nice little feature to have. And I'll show you kind of what it looks like now. I'll just activate the cruise control, and if you see there in the middle of the Combi, you'll see it shows the cruise control speed, and you know, you can obviously increase it. That's a nice little feature to have as well. And another one of the features, probably the biggest feature that's, you know, worth coding in, is the digital speedo. So to toggle to that, you just have to toggle through using the BC button, and once we get to it, there we are, V equals, and then we'll show the current speed. That's a good little feature to have, actually. You know, it's it means you don't have to you know, look at the needles. You can just look straight there on the Combi and see a digit, which will determine your, you know, your speed. And yeah, it's a nice little feature to have, really. Another one of the features that we obviously coded out was the seatbelt chime. So obviously, if you don't have a seatbelt on, then it would, you know, keep binging at you. No, this isn't something that I would recommend. You know, obviously I would recommend always wearing your seatbelt, but we are on private land right now. We're just in a car park. So as you can see, I don't have my seatbelt on, and we have the light on at the top that will always be there, but we don't have any, you know, anything flashing at us, any noises. So, you know, that's obviously something that is worth coding out if you find it annoying. And the final feature that we coded in today was obviously the panic button, which is activated on the key fob with the trunk release button. So all you need to do is hold it down, and as you can see, the alarm is going off and the main beams are flashing like crazy. This is obviously going to draw a lot of attention, and yeah, it's a good little feature to have. And to turn it off, you just need to press and lock. Okay then, guys, so that is the coding of the extra features now done. I hope this video has been somewhat helpful to you guys. You know, hopefully it kind of lets you know what is possible with these cars. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please give this video a like, leave a comment down below. Also go and check out BMW Dr. Dean's channel. There will be a link in the description for that. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that. I've got plenty more videos to come on this car, and I'll see you all in that next video.